Is Deku's mom gone? Was Inko Midoriya one of the unfortunate civilian casualties from this war arc? What's up? It's Truth Hero, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia theory, and man do we have a good one. Deku's mom, Mama Midoriya, might not be alive anymore. So first off, credits to the homie Joan, and that's where I first saw this theory. I'm subscribed, and then I saw it on Twitter and I said, I have to talk about this, I can't ignore it. Even if we all know the same evidence about it from the manga chapters, I gotta let you know my opinion on this. And the off chance that it did happen and Inko Midoriya was one of the unfortunate people caught in Gigantomachia's rampage, just how this would affect Deku, All Might, and everyone around him. So, this theory, is Deku's mom actually dead? Let's dive in, let's look at some evidence, and then I'll let you know if I think it actually happened or not. In chapter 276, we see family members of Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto pictured as a contrast to what's about to happen. Among them is Deku's mom, Inko Midoriya, and she's walking her bike, which has a basket, and it looks like she's running some errands and going shopping. Later, in chapter 282 of the manga, we see some news reporters commenting on Gigantomachia and get a list of cities he's likely to rampage through based on his current route. Then we see Gigantomachia about to break past a train that's down the street from a small shop, and we see a bike with a basket parked outside it. That's it. I mean, there's not a lot to go off here. The only other evidence I'll present is something that would make sense in retrospect if we learn that Deku's mom had actually died, something someone says has a deeper meaning. But in terms of physical, tangible evidence for this theory, there's not much. This could be anyone's bike with a basket. I'm sure there's a lot of them in Japan and in the anime world of My Hero Academia. These cities listed on Gigantomachia's supposed route of rampage do not include the town that Midoriya's mom and Midoriya previously, before going to UA, lived in. So it's likely the city she's pictured in while she's out and about is not among them. Also, side note, I love all the Star Wars references in the cities, but they must be a little bit smaller in this universe. Either that or I'm forgetting how fast Gigantomachia is and actually how many towns he can just destroy. It could be anyone's bike though. But is it though? I'm sorry, but the Chekhov's gun in me that's saying, hey, why show Midoriya's mom? Why show that bike? Why show that bike? Why is that bike pictured there? I just can't silence that feeling. Now, I'm going to go against the theory for a second and say, well, to be fair, not all the family members of our Class 1A students that were shown for the same reasons, only that they related to someone in the battle. Well, why were each of these people shown? Because if we can discern that, it might give us some clues as to why Mama Midoriya was shown. Fuyumi, Natsuo, and Rei Todoroki are of course shown because of the revelations about Endeavor that Dabi brings up in the battle with his broadcast. We even see later in the manga that there's some school staff rushing into a room where Fuyumi's teaching to tell her something is up. Bakugo's mom was shown looking at a book of Katsuki's childhood memories, and I remember when this was first revealed in the manga, people saw death flags for Bakugo everywhere, and then when he was finally injured by Shigaraki, it made it all make sense. But I have no doubt that Bakugo will survive his injuries, so the only point in showing his mother was that she is just the mother of someone involved in this battle, and maybe that she has this happy memory of him, but now she'll have to go to the hospital and see her son. Which, unfortunately for Bakugo, I feel like she's gonna hurt him even more than Shigaraki did. So then why is Deku's mom shown here, especially with that innocence of just going about her day? Is it, oh, she's simply the mother of someone who was involved in this big battle and there will be an aftermath scene like there always is when Deku gets injured? Or is it something more like the Todoroki family where something happened to her? It could very well be the case that she was having a nice, pleasant day. Maybe she was even on the train ride home, or just biking in the other direction as Gigantomachia is approaching, and she completely misses him. She's safe at home, or at some other shop watching a TV, and looking at the news broadcast, or even Skeptic's broadcast, and saying, oh my gosh, look at this battle. This took place kind of close to me, or where I was. And look at that. Deku's involved. Oh, here we go again. And to be perfectly honest, that's kind of her role in the story, the caring, perpetually worried mother. Deku gets involved in some battle that he probably shouldn't be there in the first place, and then she shows up at the hospital or the aftermath and says, "Deku, you're breaking my heart, I can't stand to see you do this," and then we repeat the cycle. So that's probably all it is. It's not really a connection. She didn't die, she's just shown because she has some relation to Deku and she's obviously worried about him. Also, All Might is Deku's father figure in the story. I know he has a dad, but obviously he's on business to make every Japanese kid feel at home that they don't see their father a lot. Anime. All Might, we expect him to die at some point, so it'd be rather cruel for Deku to lose sort of both parents in this story. But what if it's reversed? After all, we're not here to discuss, probably didn't happen. We're here to talk about, what if that is her bike? What if Mama Midoriya is saying, "Oh, I can't do this anymore, you're breaking my heart, I can't see you like this"? What if Deku's heroism finally does Inko Midoriya in? Not that it's Deku's fault, she would need to go shopping. But what if this is how Deku learns this all-important lesson? Yes, you can be the greatest hero, but sometimes you can't save everyone. This entire arc, and really for the majority of the story in My Hero Academia, Deku has felt that if he doesn't do enough, or if he can't move at some point during the battle, that everything he's done doesn't matter, or if he's helpless for even a second, he's a total failure. It's not that Deku doesn't trust his friends or the pro heroes or the cavalry to come and back him up in a battle, it's just he takes so much burden in a fight and against villains on himself that he feels if he at some point can't go on or can't plus ultra that he's weak or helpless. And this is an important lesson to learn in life in general, that you can't take so much of the burden on yourself or expect to, and Deku's character, in my opinion, still needs to learn this a bit. So what better yet cruel way to learn this, that when you were fighting a villain and protecting people, there was another villain over here and that villain killed your mother. I mean, there's nothing you could have done. I don't know how dark Horikoshi's gonna get with My Hero Academia, but anything's possible after this arc. But imagine you're Deku, you just lost this war, and then you find out that your mom died. Deku would be dangerous. I mean, we could get an arc where Deku wants revenge against Gigantomachia in the League of Villains. So much character development there. We could also get Deku taking more risks and really just trying to sacrifice himself to stop the villains, which he does already. So he's going to need some help from his friends and everyone around him if this actually happened. The other thing Deku losing Mama Midoriya might do is that might preserve All Might for a little bit, because All Might would have to be even more of a father figure to him now that he's down a parent. Also, remember the scene when All Might begs Deku's mom to let him stay at UA and says, "Will you allow me to walk this hero path with Deku to protect and raise him properly?" What if All Might actually needs to fulfill this promise and literally raise Midoriya? Do I think this is actually Inko Midoriya's bike? Do I think Deku actually lost his mom? No. There's just too little to go off of. It's mostly speculation, and to be honest, I know this was a very dark arc, but I think that's just too cruel from Horikoshi to do that. But let me know what you guys think. Is Deku's mom actually dead? And if so, what will happen to Deku and everyone around him as characters? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you like My Hero Academia theories and these videos, consider enrolling at UA today by subscribing. And until next time, plus ultra.